Hello out there, I'm the Oldest Nerd. We're here talking about Babylon 5, the finale of Season 2, in which a lot of things are going to change as we are between Christmas and New Year's in 2259. Now, while Ivanova notes that Babylon 5 doesn't have seasons, there is going to be a big change, perhaps with the new year, that all of the things that we have known about Babylon 5, all the things we've assumed about the Earth Alliance, and all of the things that we have counted on with the various governments of the that we've been represented by the ambassadors is going to change. We already know that there was a change in the government at Minbar, in which Delenn was taken off the Grey Council. We know that there was a deposing of the emperor of the Centauri homeworld, in which he was about to give an apology to the Narn for how they were treated, and he was assassinated and then replaced by a hardliner who wanted war. And slightly before that, Mr. Morden approaches Londo and gives him an opportunity to have great power without explaining to him that what he's doing is releasing the shadows, at first at least, on the Centauri side. But eventually they'll pick a fight with everybody. And so, as Garibaldi describes it in a meeting with Sheridan, Londo finds himself riding a Bronco and doesn't know how to get off, so all he does is hold on tighter. And his performance, Peter Jurassic's performance as Londo, shows someone who outwardly is showing anger and righteous indignation, while underneath is scared that things are going to go wrong and it's going to blow up right in his face. Meanwhile, at the very beginning of the episode, we have Lennier and Veer meeting at a bar and lamenting that they don't ever know what's going on until it's too late to do anything about it, and why don't they just listen to them? And actually, if you want a moral center of Babylon 5, you probably have it in Veer and Lennier, while the plotting and backstabbing goes on everywhere else. So we have that. We also have the government of the Earth, which is, they deposed of theirs. It was an accident, supposedly, of their president, and replaced with a hardliner there who was an isolationist, didn't like the idea of Babylon 5 being there, believed it should all be Earth first, get rid of all of these aliens, and this was in the 90s. And so what we have is an explosive situation that's not going to be helped when the shadows come in. Everybody is already divided. And the shadow's going to come in and attack virtually all of the worlds that we know of. And that's going to lead to a very tense season coming up. So I would say that this is a transitional as well as a cliffhanging episode. But we see something about what Sheridan and Ivanova and Garibaldi are made of, that they're not going to take this nonsense sitting down. And there'll be some changes at Babylon 5 as well. In the epilogue, Ivanova, in a voiceover, notes that while Babylon 5 was once our best chance for peace, it failed. And while her outlook has always been disappointment, generally speaking, only to be every once in a while pleasantly surprised, it's well in character for her to give that assessment. And of course, and it comes into the opening montage starting next season, where it's now our last best hope for victory. And so that's what we're going into as we leave 2259 and go into 2260 on Babylon 5. So with a great ensemble cast, and the writing is tight and forceful, as J. Michael Straczynski does, and we've pointed out before, that he basically outlined the entire series. I think it was supposed to have been 7 seasons at first, and it was each season was like a chapter in a book. And so each season is another year in the life of Babylon 5, and that is all by his plan. So we're not making it up as we go along. He knows how it's going to end, and it's written in such a way to where the exact characters don't matter, but the story does, and that makes for the reason that he did it really was to save on building sets and special effects and things like this, because you know what you're getting before you get there. But it's also a great way to have a story that fits together so well. So that's what I have on this. Thank you for joining us. We have, of course, tomorrow we'll have another Deep Space Nine adventure, and then we'll go to the next Doctor Who on Monday. So thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for what we're going to do once Doctor Who is gone. They're our first run right now, and we're looking around to see what else is coming up and when. And we may have some changes to do with how we handle these other retro reviews. So if you have suggestions for it, let me know and put it in the comments below along with everything else. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. I'd appreciate that greatly. And until next time, don't go far.